but I won't do it for a professional wrestler because I think it's very important. Do you think that nowadays, the wrestlers needs a mental support in
Mm.
federation or where it is?
Yes, absolutely. I think that's something that people are becoming a lot smarter about in
Mhm.
this time of wrestling, like 2022. And a lot more wrestlers are being very open about their like mental health and
Yeah.
the struggles that go through wrestling. Like there's a great article by Eddie Kingston on the Players
Mhm.
Tribune, and it was great where he was very open and honest about like his struggles. And guys like Dax Harwood and AEW have been very open about like their mental health struggles as well. So I think guys like that who are at the very top of the industry being open about that is really good and really important. And I hope that over time, like companies will be able to provide like different avenues for wrestlers because like wrestlers need support. We need support from our companies as much as we can. Whether it be being able to get therapy or like a therapist or like be just having someone
Mhm.
maybe from the company to talk to that has that designated role. I think anything like that will be very helpful for wrestling, and I can only encourage help with the mental support because that's something people underrate with wrestling. They always think about the physical aspect, but they always forget about like, all right, this takes a really hard toll on us mentally as well. Not just the in-ring stuff, but just the business side of it, the travel, being away from your family, all that.
Yeah, that's a very important argument for us, especially. And you say that you traveled a lot, and
Mm.
which audience do you like it, or you
Uh,
prefer?
I love I love all the audiences. I feel bad saying picking one, but if I had to pick one, I definitely of all the
I'm
places
sure
I've
that
been,
will be the Italian fans. I'm sure.
it will definitely be the Italian fans. So far of the places I've visited, Japan is definitely my favorite.
Okay.
And like the fans there are just so like respectful, so nice. Like at the shows, like even when you meet them like on the streets, like everyone's like it's so polite, super nice. They were just so thankful that you came over and performed for them. They're like they're like when people like in America, depending on the crowd you can get some crowds that are like very like rude, maybe chant some like kind of negative things and stuff like
Mhm.
that. But the Japanese crowd, like all the wrestlers, are super supportive of. They want to be a part of the show. They want to be entertained. And like even too like what's also cool is they like if the favorite wrestlers they'll like bring you like gifts and stuff like that. Like they'll
Mhm.
like pay attention to like what you like on social media. Like for instance, there was a Japanese candy that I would always post pictures of that I like. And I remember my next trip over, like a couple of fans like would leave gifts at the show
Mhm.
for the guys to give us with like candies that like I liked or like bath salts that I like. I'm like this is insane that they like pay like to their favorite wrestlers. They pay attention to like their great level of detail and they want to just support them any way they can.
Yeah. In fact, they don't do any chance. They only go for clapping
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or chanting your
Very polite.
name. Yeah,
Very polite. Yeah.
I've been in Tokyo Dome for Wrestle Kingdom, so I saw the
Oh, okay.
very big difference between USA fans and Japanese fans. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's super great over there.
And now is the time for the biggest question of this podcast. And I do this
Domandone is back.
Domandone. And do you have some funny stories in or extra ring that you could share to us?
Ooh, that's a good one. What's a good
We
one?
saw a lot of strange things.
Yeah,
I'm sure we saw a lot.
there was the one I like to tell. All right, there's like two, and they're about one of my friends who's one of my students. His name's Ryan. I always tell that this is always my favorite one to like tell. One of his like first road trips that we did, we were doing the ROH show, and I think this is like might have been his actual first road trip. And I'll tell you guys two stories, one from like later too,
Okay.
but this his first road trip. Um, we always have like the students when they first start out, they'll be like when they're doing Ring of Honor, they would be assigned a job. So it'd be like, hey, you're the person that sits ringside. You grab the streamers, you collect the ring gear, like you ring the bell, like things like that. So he was ringside, and then they had like a hardcore match, like with the match before, and there was like a bunch of like tables and like debris and stuff like in the ring. So they're like, hey Ryan, go. We need you to sweep the ring, like in between the matches to get all the table debris out. We're like, all right. So we have a it's two different types of brooms. Like there's like the push broom, the like wide kind of broom versus like a regular like broom where you sweep like kind of like this. So we had just like regular broom, like we just do like this the sweeper like that, not like a push broom. So the table's in the ring, and the table and stuff get out. So he's trying to sweep. So we're like, hey, you gotta hurry up. We gotta be fast. We need you to be quick on the sweep. So he has the broom, and instead of sweeping like normal, he's trying. It's like a straw broom. So he's trying to push broom everything, and it's just not working. The straws are flying everywhere from the broom. It just the broom's getting destroyed. And this is the first time I've ever heard a crowd boo someone for not knowing how to sweep. Like it looked like he had never touched a broom in his entire life. So he's trying to like push broom, this regular sweeping broom, and it's just not working at all. And the crowd is just booing the hell out of him. And I've never seen that happen before. Because usually it would be like if someone's sweeping, the crowd would start cheering them. They're like, "Oh yeah, sweep, sweep, sweep." They start booing him or sweeping so
because
bad.
he's delaying the show.
He's delaying the show so bad. So then our other friend just like pushes them out the way and just like sweeps the ring. And was like, "All right, get the hell out of here." So afterwards, we're like, we're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, he just looked at us. He's like, "I've never used a broom before." We're like,
oh, come on.
He was like 19, 20. He's like, "I've never used a broom before." I'm like, holy crap. The other one, which involves them too. This is like a few years later. Have you guys, you guys know like tamales, like they have the corn husk and everything on them.
Yeah.
So like we stopped at like this rest stop, like on the way we're driving down to Florida. We stopped in like the middle of this like rest stop that had like a bunch of like Mexican food. It had like the only thing open was like this 24-hour like Mexican restaurant. So we go there and we see like a sign that says like, oh, like $2 like tamales or something like that. And so like Ryan's like, he's like, oh, I've never had tamale. Are they good? I'm like, oh yeah, tamales are like great. They're delicious. Like, he's like, oh okay, I'm gonna get tamale. I've never had one. So he gets a tamale, and I'm driving in the car, and he's sitting next to me in the front seat. So I'm just like driving, just kind of listening to music, and then he's like eating next to me. I'm just like driving, kind of like just driving. And a few minutes later, I see he's done. I'm like, oh, how'd you like the tamale? Did you think it was good? He's like, yeah, it was good, but like it's kind of like really hard to eat. I'm like, what do you mean it's really hard to eat? He's like,
no,
well, you know, like he's like, well, you know, like it's like just really tough on the outside. So I was trying to like eat it, and it's like I'm just like trying to chew. It's like really, I'm like, and our friend in the back, he looks up. He's like asleep. And he like woke up. And he just goes like, Did you eat the corn husk? Did you not take the? He's like, yeah, I ate the whole thing.
We're like,
oh my
god, he didn't open it.
Your thing, oh my god.
He didn't unwrap it.
You're supposed to unwrap it. You're not supposed to eat the corn husk, man. So he gets when he's like, we like challenge him with something. He gets very defensive, and he gets very defensive. He's like, well, you know, like if I buy something, I'm going to eat the whole thing. And we're like, if you buy a banana, do you just eat the outside of banana?
And the inside banana, yes. Oh my.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
My two favorite stories to tell. My two favorite road stories, both involve Ryan.
So for next tryouts, you will ask to your talents if they can use a brush.
Yes, exactly.
And if they open the tamale, so it's important.
Mr. CB, thank you very much for being here on PWC, and good luck for your future. And most importantly, see you soon. See you in November in IWA in Rome.
Can't wait to see you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you very much once again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye to everyone. Bye.